Okay. I don't know how to use Twitch. Sorry, guys. I thought that maybe I'd figured it out in like the 10 minutes that I had away from being a dad. But it's going to take me more time than that. So, sorry. I watched a video, shout out to Nick, my man, showing me how to use OBS. But it was too complex for me in a 10-minute period to try to figure out how to get my preferences right for my Ableton, and I'm not going to try to figure that out right now. So this is going to have to work. So the song I was working on yesterday, Speechless. I think I've made some progress here, not without you guys, of course. So I only, in like the 10 minutes that I was trying to set up OBS, I also just took everything I worked on yesterday, and what I did with it was I made it into a single wave and opened a new project. So this is, turn this up a little bit. Oh man, I'm so unprofessional. I am an unprofessional person. I don't know why, by the way, it's not loading the waveform, but there should be like wavelengths here that you're seeing. But this is the song so far, so let's see if we can get it speakers to activate here. Come on. There we go. Here we go. Okay, cool. So we got this working here. Let's see how this is. I'm so bad at this. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do vocals. So I have basically an intro melody that we kind of started yesterday. And that was, I'll kind of remind you guys. So the intro melody was like, well, it said hello, hello. I changed that to help me. I'll show you how it sings. We'll see how it sings now. Help me. It's going to be something like, help me, can anybody hear the sound? Help me, pain and sorrow make their eyes deep below me. My heart it seems to stop its beat, but I feel alright today. Can I take that away? They've broken down my walls, but I still walk these halls. Speechless, don't know the words to say. Speechless, don't know words to say. Speechless, to make it feel okay. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Okay, so the chorus. I like this idea of speechless, feeling kind of at a loss, feeling like there are no words to fully explain the situation at hand. So I'm gonna keep going down that avenue. So speechless. I think what I was thinking of yesterday was speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like this every day. So one thing I want to say about lyric writing, and a lot of people have different thoughts on this. Some of my very favorite lyricists, are pretty to the point. I think that if you can find the right place between being poetic but not being overly metaphoric. I think sometimes people really strive to be just incredibly metaphoric, and then you don't really know what they're saying. And I struggled with that a lot as a young artist, because when I was writing my music, and I showed it to people, I didn't want to be vulnerable. I didn't want them to know what I was talking about, because it was embarrassing for me. I was feeling depressed. I didn't want, if I showed my friend the song, I didn't want them to be like, oh, you're feeling depressed, because I wasn't ready for that. You know what I mean? I wasn't there yet in life. Now I'm to a point where I'm like, oh, I'm feeling depressed. Let me sing it to the world, because I think it's important to talk about those things. But at the time, when I started writing, I did not want people to know what I was talking about. So even you can hear in our earlier songs like Radioactive, it's that's a song about depression, and no one would ever know it. People would listen to it and be like, oh, this guy's singing about apocalypse and stuff. So I like that song, I'm happy, but as I've grown as an artist, I've kind of wanted to be more like the artist that I looked up to when I was young, which was Cat Stevens, which was Paul Simon, which was Billy Joel, which was Nirvana, which was Biggie, which was Tupac, which was, people who are poetic for sure and brilliant lyricists, but also found a way to you knew what they were saying. Like, you knew what Tupac was saying in Changes. You knew what he was saying, because he wasn't he's brilliant and poetic, but he also was, he wasn't beating around the bush, and I love that. Like Father and Son, like Cat Stevens. You know exactly what he's talking about. It's like a father talking to his son, giving advice, So anyway, coming back to how I approach lyrics now, it's quite differently than I did before. And that is, make sure that what I'm saying can be heard, and be poetic about it, because that makes it more moving if you can be poetic about it, and more powerful, because there's also, corny and cringy or something if it's just too basic. So finding that right line where it's powerful, it moves people. I haven't figured it out yet. I still have so much growth. And there's so many songs that I listen to that I've written and I'm like, oh, that was too corny or whatever. That's just part of being an artist, and it's going to happen. So I try to err on the side of just saying what I want to say and not overthinking it now. Sometimes that's going to be good. Sometimes it's going to be bad. So I'll write 100 songs, and go through this process, and some will stick with me and some won't. Some will be more poetic, some will not. Some will be very straightforward to the point with what I'm saying lyrically, some won't. And there's sometimes where you're writing a song where you don't really have a message, and these words just feel good. There's definitely a lot of songs that I've written where I'm like, I'm not looking to write a message about gun control. I'm not looking to write a message about depression. I'm just wanting to write a song where you feel something. And that might be lyrics that are just words that feel right in that setting. And that's another way to do lyrics. That's totally its own thing and its own entity. And then there's songs that don't need lyrics at all, and it's like the melody just moves you. But what I'm doing with this song in particular is I like this idea of kind of a pretty straightforward message. So going back to writing this chorus. So starting from the beginning. Help me, can anybody hear the sound? Help me, pain and sorrow make their eyes deep below me. My heart it seems to stop its beat. Maybe skip a beat. But I feel alright today. Can I take that away? They've broken down my walls, but I still walk these halls. Speechless, looking for the words to say. I'm speechless, feeling like this every day. Speechless. So right there, I'm thinking I need a new melody that changes it up a little bit, because it's very monotone. It's a very linear melody right now, so a lot of the same notes. Da 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 da. Speechless, feeling like this every day. I'm speechless. So I think the third, speechless, first of all, let's give it a little melody shift so it raises a little bit. Speechless. You know, something in a different place. It needs to go somewhere. So, speechless, looking for the words to say. I'm speechless. And I think the second one's I'm speechless. So the first one's just speechless. So speechless, looking for the words to say. I'm speechless, been feeling like this every day. So I'm going to add in been there. Been feeling like this every day, speechless. You know what I mean? Just the third speechless is going to do that. Speechless, just to keep it moving. What do I want to say there? So, speechless, looking for the words to say. I'm speechless, been feeling like this every day, speechless. And also melodically, it needs something really beautiful there. I don't know. That's the peak of the chorus. That's the make you cry. And so it's pretty ironic because the song is speechless, and I'm not sure what that part is yet. I'm speechless. So let me think this out here. So, speechless, I'm looking for the words to say. I'm speechless, been feeling like this every day. Speechless. And maybe it breathes there for a second. Speechless. Oh, speechless. You know what I mean? Maybe it's something like, so let me go to that part. Measure 17. Speechless, looking for the words to say. I'm speechless, feeling like this every day. Speechless, oh, speechless. So maybe it needs to breathe there, but I think it should say something there instead of like just oh, you know. Speechless, looking for the words to say. I'm speechless, been feeling like this every day. Speechless, I'm looking good at it, speechless. You know, something like that. Speechless. Can you believe the word speechless, speechless? But I did like before how it ended with to make me feel okay. Like there's nothing that's going to make me feel okay. That's kind of what I had originally. And if I do that gap, then I can't really go there. So maybe it doesn't have a big gap, but maybe it's just a melodic change. So, speechless, looking for the words to say. I'm speechless, been feeling like this every day. Speechless, something healing up, make me feel okay. Okay, so speechless. Oh. Speechless. Speechless. Like every day. I don't know what to say there yet. Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, been feeling like this every day. Speechless, controlling something and pray to make it feel okay. So maybe about something about, I mean, the natural place you want to go is something like, what can I do to make this go away, to make it feel okay? But I've already done the go away thing. It's just too easy. It feels too easy there. So I think it needs to be more something like, okay. Sorry guys, I'm having a moment where I want to think about this. I don't want to just rush through this part because I'm feeling the song and I want it to be right. I should be looking at comments too, by the way, because otherwise, like, everybody feels like why am I even doing comments if I'm not at least taking them? Make you stay. Make you stay. Yeah, but then then we're going on a whole different thing. It's like, who's staying? Well, you want your friend to stay? I don't know. Like right now, I think you're alone. It's just you and your thoughts, you know. Hi, Dan. Hi, Mom. To Calculus. Calculus. The falsetto melody you did was beautiful. Thank you. Turn up the bass. The bass will come. There's no bass yet right now. There's no bass to turn up. India loves you. Love you too, India. Please sing Birds once again. Hi everybody. Hello. Broomy. Oh my God. Hi Dan. Hi. Stand strong. Imagine Dragons. Hi from Florida. Hey Jacob Meyer. Okay. I want to get this melody right. So I want to get this melody and lyric right. So this is the chorus. I don't know, there might be a post-chorus, like this, there might be like this, and then it drops, and then there's like something there, I'm not sure yet, but at least for this first time that this plays, this is all it's going to be. So I really need that melody to be right, and the lyrics to be right at that third part. So let's start right there. So it's speechless, looking for the words to say, speechless, repeating like this every day. Speechless, got something to say. Speechless, I won't feel this way. Don't wanna feel this way. Alright, for now I'm just gonna say, don't wanna feel this way. Can you make it feel okay? I'm probably gonna change this, but that's the basic necessity of what I'm trying to say. Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, I'm feeling like this every day. Speechless, I wanna feel this way. Can you make me feel okay? Don't wanna feel this way. Can you make me feel okay? Don't wanna. Or maybe don't want to face this day. That's what I'm saying. Don't want to face this day. It's like you wake up, you look at the news, it's overwhelming, you don't even want to face it. And you're feeling down. You don't want to face this day. Don't want to face, so let me try that. Let's see how that goes. Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, been feeling like this every day. Speechless, I wanna face this day. Can you make it feel okay? Can you make it feel okay? It's a pretty basic sentiment, but sometimes that's what it needs to be. Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, and feeling like this every day. Speechless, don't wanna face this day. Can you make it feel okay? What do you guys think of that? Should I work on that more, or should I come back to that part later? Maybe we come back to that part later. Because, yeah, it is hard to face the day. Daniel, BSB. You guys like it. Alexis likes it. Speechless of what my thoughts do to me. Becca Hood. That's interesting. All right. I'm going to record that. I'm going to record that for now. I'm going to record these first two parts now officially, so you're not going to hear the speakers because obviously that'd be feedback in my mic, but you will hear me, and I will be hearing it in my headphones, and I'm going to actually record that, and actually, you know what? Let's not record that yet. Let's do a verse, and then I'll record all the vocals. So let's move on to the verse actually first. So let's sing this. So let's sing it from the beginning here so I can get some perspective here. Help me, help me. Help me, can anybody hear the sound? Help me, pain and sorrow make their rounds deep below me. My heart it seems to skip a beat, but I feel alright today. Can I take that away? They've broken down my walls, but I still will walk these halls. Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, that feeling like it's every day. Speechless, don't wanna face this day. Can you make it feel okay? Alright. Then we let it breathe. Feel it out for a little bit. Now here comes the verse, right? I don't know what this is going to be. So this is where we're going to start now. So this needs to be melodically in a whole different place because it's a lot of that one note right there. Like, so let's play around here. So I want it to feel happy. I want this verse because it's been very melancholy, and I really like the juxtaposition of melancholy with happy because the beat kicks in and you're like, wait. Maybe this day's gonna be all right because I got this song. You know what I mean? It's like maybe this day's gonna be all right because I got this song today. So that's kind of what I'm going for here. So. Something yesterday when we were working on it that I liked. So I'm going to go back and listen to that and see what that sounds like. Because when we were working on this yesterday, there was some melody that's escaping my mind right now. And I recorded it luckily. I just did a scratch recording, so it's going to sound terrible, but you'll get the point of it. Oh no, that's the wah-wah thing we did. No, we're not going to use that. But let me see what the melody was. I think it's fair. Make it go away. Or maybe I just said A and dance. I thought I did something. Oh, here's something here. What's here?
I don't know what this part is, but something. The verse, kind of, and then.
Okay. Apparently, I did nothing yesterday. I didn't record anything during that part, so we're gonna go back here. I'm gonna have to scratch that idea because I don't like that. I did something, but I don't like what I did. Okay. So I'm opening back up that file that I was working on. So we have speechless. So if that's the note. It's kind of it's relatively low in my range, so maybe I go up for the verse. So if we're speechless, make it feel okay. So we should go up here into new grounds. Some new words, some new melodies. And also, I think a lot about rhythm too. So since the rhythm of the melody on the chorus is very like B2 da 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 na na. It comes in on, what is it coming on to? It comes in on 1. Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, 3. So since I'm coming in on 1, I think maybe the verse should come in either on like 2 or 3, meaning it doesn't come in right when the beat starts, right? So I'll show you what I mean by that. Or it can come in before, but I don't want to come in right on 1 again because that's the chorus. That's that speechless. So that would be coming in on 1. Coming in on 2 would be like. I know you've heard me, but like that would be coming on 2. Coming in before would be, so 1, 2, 3. And I said, oh, and I believe I'll have it all. You know what I mean? That's coming in before. You can come in on 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I know I heard you lie. I know I had a lie. And I never so let's try 3 for now. So let me try coming in on 3. And you can, obviously there's all these Andes too. There's like, there's 60. You can split it into 16th notes. So I could be coming in on the 2 or the 3 or triplets. And there's all this musicology behind these things. I don't like to think about the musicology much, but I do think it's worth not attacking a verse, pre-chorus, chorus, all on the same thing. Look, there's some songs that do, and you don't even think about it, and everything comes in on 1, and it's fine, and it's cool. But that's not what I'm looking to do here. So, because this is more, honestly, also this is just like a songwriting enjoyable process for me to actually verbalize what goes through my head. Like, I never do this. I obviously don't sit and talk to myself when I create typically, and this is not something I'm probably going to do every day. I think this is just a fun little exercise for me here with you guys. So I'm kind of just verbalizing anything that I think is of use to any songwriters out there. That'd be 3. So I like the and. Maybe and. Where do I want the melody to be in those? So let's go. Nah. Verse. It's not coming to me quickly. I don't want to just throw away verse. I don't want to just like put it. I hate it when the verse, you listen to the verse of a song and you're like, okay, but please bring it back to the chorus. I don't care what's going on here. Like, the verse needs to be as important, if not more important, than the chorus. It's funny, one of my songwriter friends, who's a fantastic songwriter, his name's Justin Tranter, he said something in an interview that I was like, yeah, that's really true. He's like, the verse is for the super fans. The chorus is for the casual fan, right? The chorus is like, you catch everybody, oh, speechless, I'm feeling that. Like, the world moves, well, I don't know if the world moves to that, but hopefully a lot of people would move to that and feel that and get it and understand it. And then it comes to the verse, and then that's where the real music listener is like, but what is this about? And what are they saying? And the melody might be a little more hard to wrap your heads around, and so it's kind of like, it's for the super fan, it's for the person that actually cares. I like that. When I heard him say that, I thought, yeah, there is a lot of truth to that. Now look, every song's different, and there's no mathematical way to create a great song. They could put AI on it, and it would be, there's no formula to a great song, and that's the exciting thing about music, is that there is no formula. There's no rules, and if when you implement rules, then you're going to create really boring, awful music. And so I try not to be too ruled. But like I said, on the same note, it's worth thinking about, hey, I started that chorus on 1. Maybe I shouldn't start the verse on 1. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you get what I'm saying. All right, I digress. Back to the verse. Okay, so I'll show you something. When I get stuck, one of the things I'll do is I will bring up my piano here. Let's find just a normal piano noise. So, electric piano, bright. Here we go. I'm just going to drag it in. Okay, that's awful sounding MIDI piano, but I don't care. We're just looking to hear notes right now. So this is, I'll play around. I'll find kind of, I think this is in G minor or something like that. And just start hitting notes to kind of get me out of it, because I'm stuck in this. But there's. I'll just start like playing some notes to get me out of that note range, if that makes sense. Because I've never even thought about that. So that was in the intro. That was that E flat is, and I feel okay. Sorry, my brother was trying to FaceTime me there. So that's that little. So we don't want to go there. So that was my manager telling me that I was supposed to be on a conference call right now. And so I told him to start the conference call without me, and I joined in later because we're in a moment. So, I should probably be on this conference call. I gotta do this conference call. I gotta do the conference call. It's too important. Okay, I'll be back. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be back in give me 15 minutes, and I'll be back. I gotta do this conference call. Yeah. Okay. I will be back. Hello. So this is just the final thing that I'm going to do here, which is show you how I do my vocals, and then I have to take off for the day. But we've come this far, and I've been working on this song, Speechless. Thank you for joining me for it. And what I'm going to do now is just for 10 minutes, and then I have to take off. I'm going to show you, I've been recording some vocals over the so I finished up my conference call, jumped on the computer, reconfigured some melodies, changed up some melodies, and recorded some vocals. Not all the vocals for the song. A lot of these lyrics will probably get changed over time just because after I listen to it for a while, I'm like, I don't like that part, or melodies will get changed. But this kind of shows you what my process is like a little bit, and I wanted to do this just because I've been telling you guys I do this forever. So what I'm going to do is I now have some rough vocals. I will show you what it looks like on Ableton, which is the DAW that I use, which is the program that I use. And I will show you effects that I like to put on my vocals to make them sound how I want them to sound, and give you a basic idea of the software that I use. So hardware is actual metal things connected to your computer that make things sound the way they sound. And then software is stuff on your computer that programs that you download that affect things. So I'll show you the software that I use. Again, this is just for fun. I'm not giving shout outs to companies or anything like that. So I don't know if I'll ever do this again. I really enjoy doing it, but it's just, I don't know, when I create, it's a sacred time for me sometimes, so I wonder if am going to just probably in the future just do it by myself, but I wanted to at least share this experience with you guys once. How am I, Liz Bettmer? I'm doing really good, actually. I had a really productive call today about this festival that I'm hoping to be a part of. I'm trying to get a bunch of people to do something about gun control, and there's a lot of people that care and are excited about it. So I think we're going to do something pretty cool. Anyway, Vincent, enthusiastic smile. Thank you, love it. You got to smile. Smiling is important. Anyway, so I have 10, 15 minutes, and I'm going to show you the vocals that I put down. These are all totally rough, dry, which means there's no effects on them. They're just completely dry. And I'm going to put some compression on them, some reverb, some different things to make them sound hopefully a little better. And then I'll just close it for the day because I probably need to go be a dad and do all the things that come with that, other than coming and sitting up in a studio for hours. And yeah. So anyway, I'm about to turn this around, start this process, and show you how I affect my vocals. And I hope you enjoy it. Okay, here we go. So I'm turning this around, and let me see if I can set it up in a way that will show you. Okay, cool. I'm just going to hold my phone, even though this is so annoying, and I should just be doing Twitch or something like that, because that would make this a lot easier. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I have these different wavelengths. So this is the verse. This is I did a chorus, and an intro thing, and then these are a bunch of harmonies. I do a lot of panning, some things are in the middle, some are only in the left speaker, some are only in the right speaker, and that just gives me the sound that I want. So I know from the get-go that I'm going to want some compression. So I'm going to go over here to audio effects. I'm going to click on compressor and just put a generic compressor on this vocal to begin with. Everything's going to be like too loud, too quiet. I'll play around with that.
Help me, help me.
Okay, so I know that I also am going to want some reverb, so I'm going to go here, Valhalla, verb, and that's one that I really like. I really like, there's all kinds of different reasons to do different reverbs. There's this designer preset by Don Gunn. I don't know who it is, but he's pretty rad. And I really like this one called Amazing Vocal, because it's called Amazing Vocal, so I mean, come on. I'm going to click on that, and what I'm going to do is play around here. So let's listen to the vocal.
Can anybody hear the sound? Help me, help me. Pain and sorrow make their lives deep below me. My heart is seems to skip a beat, but I feel alright today. And you cannot
Just playing around with some of the effects here.
They've broken down my walls, but I still want these walls.
Okay, so one thing I will mention, some people like to use auto-tune, some people like to tune vocals. As I get older and become more of a dad, I'm less into tuning, because I think that there's just, and this is such an old school thing to say, but I think there is more value to pitchiness. To have a little pitchiness in the voice, it just gives a little more value. So unless my vocal, I want a robotic sound, I'm typically not using any auto-tune or anything like that. I'm just relying on my own vocal pitch. And if it's a little pitchy, I think that's kind of good, because it gives it at least a little life. And that's just adjustments that I've made over the years. And I'm not like a snob about it. I actually just think it's adds a little more value. So that's a little reverb. So I definitely am thinking.
Help me, help me. Can anybody hear the sound? Help me, help me. Pain and sorrow make their lives deep below me. My heart seems to skip a beat, but I feel alright today. And you cannot take that away. They've broken down my walls, but I still want these holes.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to audio effects and do an EQ. EQ is, I'm going to just do a very basic EQ, EQ 8. So I'm going to put this down here. And what an EQ is it takes out some of the frequencies that are competing with things. So I'm going to take out the low end so it's not competing with the bass. But I don't want to take out too much low end, or else it'll sound like a really thin vocal. So I'll kind of just do a little soft roll like that. Some people like to add a little high end and stuff. I'll play around with that in a second with some frequency. So
Help me, help me. Can anybody hear the sound? Help me, help me. Pain and sorrow make their lives deep below me. My heart seems to skip a beat, but I feel alright today. And you cannot take that away. They've broken down my walls, but I still want these holes.
So as you can tell, as I'm adjusting it, it makes it sound like a speakerphone kind of effect, or you can make it sound like a little like breathy or whatever, you know. So I'm just still going to mess around and manipulate this to get it how I want it to sound.
Help me, help me. Can anybody hear the sound? Help me, help me. Pain and sorrow make their lives deep below me. My heart seems to skip a beat, but I feel alright today. And you cannot take that away. They've broken down my walls, but I still want these holes. Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like this every day.
Okay, we're getting somewhere here. So this intro sounds pretty good, I think, now.
Help me, help me. Can anybody hear the sound? Help me, help me. Pain and sorrow make their lives deep below me. My heart seems to skip a beat, but I feel alright today.
Okay, so I also think for this intro, we want a little bit of, let's see, delay, because this is a really, I feel like it just needs that kind of like, a delay is like an echo. Just think of it as like, help me, help me, help me, help me, just to give it a little bit of like an epicness.
Help me, help me, help me, anybody, help me, pain and sorrow make their lives deep below me. My heart it seems to skip a beat, but I feel like help me, can anybody hear the sound? Help me, pain and sorrow make their lives deep below me. My heart it seems to skip a beat, but I feel like today, and you cannot take that away.
Playing around just with the delay here.
But I still own these hopes.
Just a slight delay. And then speechless. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to group, actually, sorry, I need to use my other hand for this. I'm going to group these 3 vocals, and I'm going to treat them now. I'm going to drag on some effects onto these vocals. I'll do, so these vocals right here are like some harmonies that are going to kind of come in on that speechless part that you just heard, this part.
Speechless, looking for the words to say.
So I'm going to put on some compression, put on a little bit of compression on them, and then I'm probably actually going to put quite a bit of reverb on these background vocals for the chorus, because I think that'll really just add a beautiful thing to the chorus. So I'm going to put on an EQ and do kind of the same thing, a similar thing, just not adjust it as much. I'm just going to take out a lot of the low end here, like a hard cut. I don't want any low end in these background vocals because I just don't want to muddy it up. And then I'm going to go to plugins. I'm going to throw on some reverb. I'm going to do this different reverb. I actually like this just normal concert hall. I use it all the time. So let's just play around with that.
Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like this every day. Speechless, there's nothing you can say to make it feel.
All right, that's too muddy. And I actually don't think this is the right reverb for this. Let's try let's try a bright hall, like to make it really just like a reverb that gives it a little bit of breathiness. And I'm gonna try this pop vocal one actually. Let's see what this sounds like. I'm gonna solo the vocal. So hold on, let's try this again.
Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like this every day. Speechless, there's nothing you can say. Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like this every day. Speechless, there's nothing you can say.
Sounds kind of cool. Let's try that again.
Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like this every day. Speechless, there's nothing you can say.
I'm compressing this pretty hard. All right, let's listen what that sounds like. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna throw, just sorry for how bad my films. This is so like ghetto how I'm doing this. I really need to get good at Twitch or something else because it's really stupid that I'm like having to like do this in this way. I should be doing this like a much more professional way. So I'm sorry that this is so unprofessional, but okay. So let's play from the beginning here. So we got, I'm soloing. Okay.
Help me, can anybody hear the sound? Help me, pain and sorrow make their lives deep below me. My heart it seems to skip cannot take that away.
Just kind of making small adjustments to the reverb to get it right.
But I still want these
I'm gonna do a small cut right here. Off.
speechless, looking for the words to say.
Actually, no.
Speechless, feeling like it's every day. Speechless,
Cool, we're getting somewhere. So
speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like it's
getting there.
speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like it's every day. Speechless,
Okay.
speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like it's every day. Speechless,
All right.
there's nothing you can say to make it feel okay.
All right. We're getting somewhere. Okay, here comes the verse. This is like a verse idea I had here. Okay, I'm going to do some stuff real quick. We're getting there. So this is that new verse that you just were hearing. I'm going to put it on a separate track. So I'm duplicating that, and then I'm taking it off this track, and then get rid of that. So I have the verse on its own track, so I can adjust what effects I want on it and how loud I want it to be. I mean, you can draw that in, but I'm lazy, so I don't. So we have, okay, so I'm gonna move this down. Okay, so, starting from the beginning, one more time, let's go through this. So,
Help me, can anybody hear the sound? Help me, pain and sorrow make their rounds deep below me. My heart it seems to skip up
I changed that to skip a beat because I just like that better. We talked about that earlier, I think.
tonight, and you cannot take that away. You've
Broken down my walls. And then roam these halls instead of walk. Change that. And I'm always making lyrical changes like that, just make it, just as you listen to it more, you know?
Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like it's every day. Speechless, there's nothing you can say to make it feel okay.
I put a little bit of like effect on the synth to make it a little warped sounding. I put like a cassette tape sound on it. So that's why it's like a little warped sounding. Just makes it sound a little warmer. I don't know. I kind of like it. Speechless. So I added some harmonies here on the second chorus. To make it second verse. Alright, this is a new part right here. Oh, that's why those. I was like, why do these vocals sound so bad at this part? And it's because I have a couple more that I need to put some effects on here. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, guys. So what you're hearing there is like a B section to the second verse. I don't know. You don't always have to have like verse, chorus, bridge, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes I'll just add, sometimes it's best in a song to have no structure, you know what I mean? So let me play this second verse again. So second verse. And then we're getting there. Hey! Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like this every day. What's so loud? Oh, I had a double vocal. I had a vocal that was phasing out with another vocal there. That's why that sounded bad. Okay, back to that. Speechless, looking for the words to say. Speechless, feeling like this every day. Okay. I promised I'd only make this like 10 minutes, and then I'm going to go downstairs and be a dad and all that good stuff. So I'm going to play this now from the beginning, and I'm just going to leave it like this for now. I'll probably come back to this tomorrow in my off time and start to add some like other things and an outro, and maybe it goes somewhere else. Is this in B flat major? I thought it was in G minor, but maybe it is B flat. Honestly, I have no idea. I haven't really explored that. I thought it was G minor though. Stay with Ned. Hey, Lola Cal, good daddy. Yeah, you gotta be a good dad. Being a good dad is number one. Okay, I'm gonna play this through from the beginning, and then I'm gonna head off. And so much love to all of you around the world. Thank you for joining me for this over the last 2 days. This was fun. I've never done anything like this before. So I'm going to play this song as I wrap up here, and you can hear the song, and then, and that's how I make a rough demo.
Help me, can anybody hear the sound? Help me, pain and sorrow make their lands deep below me. My heart it seems to skip a beat, but I feel alright today, and you cannot take that away. They've broken down my walls, but I still own these halls. Speechless, looking for words to say. Speechless, feeling like this every day. Speechless, there's nothing you can say to make it feel okay.
Hey, I never changed that bass sound, whatever. Ben will do it better one day. I'm cooler and actual stuff. Work this out. So added some harmonies on this second chorus to let it grow a little. I'm not gonna release this, I don't know. There's a lot of songs that I write that I never release, to be honest with you. This is what I do every day. Guys, love to all of you. Mwah. Thank you for joining me on this creation process. I had a lot of fun doing it. I do love my fans. CG Mid, I love all of you. I count you really as family. This is not, fans is such a weird word. I don't really like it because it feels like when someone calls you buddy, you know what I mean? It's like, hey buddy, like we're all in this together. I wouldn't be able to do this if it weren't you guys coming to shows, and so it just feels like a big family to me. Love to all of you. Shop Girl, hello, love you. Daddy Mare, come to Italy. We will come to Italy, I promise. I love Italy. Over and out. I love you all. I'll see you around the world somewhere. Peace.